Question 50. For what values of y is y plus 2 over 8y squared minus 10y plus 3 not defined? This is a straight question, and what we're really concerned about is the denominator, which is 8y squared minus 10y plus 3. We have to factorize, then equate to 0, then get the values for our y. So let's factorize. We can have y plus 2 over 8y squared minus 10y plus 3. Since it's an OBJ question, we don't really need to show our working expressly. Let's just concentrate on the number below. So we have 8y squared minus 10y plus 3. We factorize. So for it to factorize, we'll take the value of our y squared, which is 8, then our constant, which is plus 3. We'll multiply them together. So we have 8 times 3, which will give you 24. We look for two numbers that will multiply to give us plus 24, yet when we add them, it gives us minus 10. So let's take all numbers that will give us 24. We have 8 and 3 will give us 24. That's 8 times 3. When we add the two of them together, it gives us 11. And when we subtract them, it gives us 5. So this won't work. Go to the next, which is 12 and 2. That's 12 plus 2 is 14. 12 minus 2 is 10. So since we can get 10, let's see if this will work. We say for you to get 10, since you're subtracting, one of them will have to carry the negative. So if you have your 12 as negative, so you have minus 12 times 2 will not give us plus 24. We need plus 24. Since 12 minus 2 will give us 10, one of them will have to carry a negative. And if the 12 carries a negative, you have minus 12 times plus 2 will give us minus 24. It doesn't give us plus 24, so that will not work. Then we have 12 times minus 2. When you multiply them, it gives us minus 24, and you can still get your 10, but that won't also work because the 24 should be plus 24. And when you multiply 12 times minus 2 or minus 2 times plus 12, it gives us minus 24. So either way, this doesn't work. So we'll go to the next value, which is 6 and 4. 6 times 4 will give us 24. Then 6 plus 4 will give us 10. And 6 minus 4 will give us 2. So since you can get 10 out of these two numbers, then it might work. How can we then get 10? We can have 6 plus 4 is 10, yet we need 24 and minus 10. We know 6 times 4 will give you plus 24. But since I've solved the question before, I know these two will solve the question. But for the sake of explanation, I've been trying to try other values so you can better understand factorization. Well, for you to get a negative 10, at least one of them has to be negative. And for you to get a positive 24, when you multiply them, either none of them has a negative or both of them have a negative. So we have minus 6 and minus 4. Minus 6 times minus 4. Minus times minus is plus. 6 times 4 will give you plus 24. Then you have minus 6 plus minus 4. As minus 6 plus minus 4 is minus 6. Plus and minus will give you minus 4. Minus 6 minus 4 will give you minus 10. So noting that the value minus 6 and minus 4 will give us minus 10, yet when we multiply them together we get plus 24 are the two values for y that will replace this minus 10 y. So let's now insert them. We have our two values as minus 6 and minus 4. You can choose to write any first. So we have 8y squared minus 6y minus 4y plus 3. So we've changed the value of this minus 10y into these two. We got them as minus 6 minus 4. You add y to the minus 6 and y to the minus 4. So we have our equation broken down into 8y squared minus 6y minus 4y plus 3. We group them in two. So we have 8y squared minus 6y in 2. Then you have minus 4y plus 3, close bracket. We'll take the first set first. We have 8y squared minus 6y. You know, both of them have y, so we know y is common. What else is common? You know, in 8 you have 2 and in 6 you have 2. It's like finding the common factor in 8 and in 6, which is 2. 8 is 2 times 4, while 6 is 2 times 3. So there's 2 in both of them, so you take 2 out. You have 2y as common in both of them, so you say in your rough work 8y squared divided by 2y. Y will cancel one of these y, you'll be left with 1y, and 2 here 1, 2 here 4. So we'll have 4y. Noting that if you multiply 4y by 2y, you get 8y squared minus 2y divided by 6y. So you have 6y over 2y. Y cancels y. 2 here 1, 2 here 3. So you are left with 3. Close your bracket. Also noting that when you multiply your 2y times minus 3, you get minus 6y. Looking at these two, you really have nothing common in the two of them except 1. And you also have to note that you have to bring out this minus. So you bring out minus 1. What the minus with this 1 does is it changes the sign of these two values. You have this minus 4y turning into 4y. The minus goes away. Then this plus 3 turning into minus 3. So in cases or in a case where you seem to have no value apart from 1 common in the two of them, first you write out 1. Then if the value with the y has a negative, you bring out the negative too, and that negative changes the sign. So you have minus 1 coming out, you'll be left with 4y minus 3. To know you're on the right path, whatever is in this bracket should be same as this. So if you have 4y minus 3 and 4y minus 3 on the other side, that means you're on the right path. So you pick one of them. So you have 4y minus 3. Then in the second bracket, you write this 2y with this minus 1. So you have 2y minus 1, close brackets. What you're going to do next is you're going to equate them to 0. It's like saying equals to 0. So you have 4y minus 3 equals to 0, or 2y minus 1 is equals to 0. You can solve them together or simultaneously. You have 4y equals minus 3 crosses the equals to sign, it turns to plus 3. Or on the other side, 2y minus 1 crosses the equals to sign, it turns to plus 1. On this other side, divide both sides by 4 because you're looking for our y. So 4 cancel 4, y is equals to 3 over 4. Or on the other side, divide both sides by 2. Since you're trying to find y, you divide both sides by the coefficient of y, and this cancels this. So you have it as y equals half. Therefore our y is 3 over 4 or 1 over 2. Our answer is therefore D, 3 over 4, 1 over 2. Now going back to the question, first the meaning of undefined means the denominator, the number at the bottom, should be 0. Once it's 0, if you have anything divided by 0, it will give you undefined. Your calculator can simply solve it. For example, you have 8 divided by 0. It gives you cannot be divided by 0. That means the term undefined. That means if you make your y 3 over 4, that's insert 3 over 4 into this equation as y, you get 0 at the base, which is the denominator. And if you also do that with 1 over 2 or half, you still get 0 at the base. That means these two values make this equation undefined.